So this is kind of related to History Trapped, but also I don't know why I didn't put it in the full episode, but I was like, I kind of want to do something on that as well. So I want to talk about how all the characters spoke about their relationships in History Trap, because I feel like a lot of the way people talked about relationships are things everyone should kind of take from it. That's one of the things I love about media. Sometimes they show you things where you're like, that's a good idea. Like, we should use that in real life. So first I want to talk about Xiaofei and Tang Yi, where Tang Yi, when they're getting ready to walk up the stairs, Tang Yi says to Xiaofei, I'm still not sure exactly how I feel, but I want to try. Xiaofei says it clearly, like, you're basically saying you want to try the product before you pay for the whole thing. Like, that whole, like, analogy. But I saw it really more as Tang Yi knows himself, like, there are feelings here, which is basically exactly what he says. There are feelings here. I know there are feelings here. I know there's something about you that I am intrigued by, I am interested in, but I want to get there. Like, I want to see where this is going to go and see, really experience this. I think that's valid. And I think more relationships needs to be open with that, to kind of sit down and talk about it and be like, what each person is feeling. Where do you expect the relationship to go? So that kind of goes to his sister, Hongyi, and when she went on the date with the business guy, and she's like, well, I'm from a gang family. Are you sure you like me? He's like, yeah, I'm interested in dating you with marriage in mind. And she goes, okay, yeah, I'm interested in dating you with marriage in mind. Now, yes, she's doing mostly to get the other guy jealous, but it was still something that I found very intriguing. I don't know if maybe that is something that's done in Taiwan or in Asia or in like different cultures, like people actually talk and say, yeah, let's date with marriage in mind. But I feel like that's something every culture needs to adopt. So like, tell someone, I want to date with marriage in mind, so the other person can say, actually, I don't have marriage in mind. I kind of just want to date and see where the relationship goes. If marriage happens. But for now, I just want to have fun. I think those like clear talking points-ish things are good for each relationship. I don't know what I just said. Talking points-ish thingies. Man, I am very well versed in the language of English. Wow. And then with Jack and Zhaoji, with it, like, I would say with their language, they, like, Jack just asks questions he wants honestly answered. Like, when he says, he tells him, look, I'm supposed to leave. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Do you want me to leave? What do you want me to do? And he asks the questions he wants to be answered. He doesn't beat around the bush. He doesn't give like hypothetical situations. He just says straight up to Zhaoji, look, what do you want me to do? It makes it very clear to him, I want you, like, his intent is to make sure Zhaoji is happy. Like, that is his thing. So I loved their love language and their communication. And Hongyi and her older man, who she calls uncle at one point, I want to bring up, she calls him uncle. But with them, even when she, like, it's obvious that she's kind of been open to him about how she feels, but he just finds the whole situation weird. But again, it's that openness of talking about your feelings that might be a Tang thing, probably. Tang Guodong taught his kids that. But that that having that openness and talking about your feelings, like, this is what I want, and making it clear that's what they want out of the relationship, I think that was perfect with both of them. I liked how open they were. And yeah, it's definitely a Tang Guodong situation, because now I'm like thinking about the conversations they show between old Tang and young Tang. like the little conversations between them that we see, it is very honest and talk, they just talk, and it's obvious that Tangi feels feels that he can say anything to Old Tang, because even when he's getting handed the lighter, he turns around and is like, what do you want in return? Like, I know something's up, just tell me what you want me to do. All right, cool. Like, just that whole thing. Oh yeah, definitely with this one, how everyone communicates with each other is really good, I would say, because even though it took Xiaofei and Tangi a while to get to the point where they're honest about their feelings with each other, it took somebody getting shot. Once they were honest with their feelings with each other, like, the floodgates just opened. Especially when you think about, like, Tangi's phone call and, like, how it starts off with him shouting, and then eventually it's just text me if you don't want to talk to me, and just let me know you are okay. Like, that whole thing is just, I love the way the characters communicate with each other. I will say, when Jack throws Zhaoji on the bike in the middle of their argument, the only thing, well, actually, so technically my husband actually watched Trapped 2 with me. He will never admit it. It's like a police drama as well, so he was like, I'm interested in the police drama side of it. I didn't tell him what it was, really. So anyway, we're watching, and when Zhaoji gets thrown on the bike, the first thing he says is, did he just kidnap a police officer in front of a police precinct and no one is doing anything? And I was just like, yeah, that's exactly what's happening. And he's just like, no wonder there's so many criminals in this police precinct. Like, no wonder there's so many criminals here. They're all corrupt. Like, that was so funny to us. But at the end of the day, Zhao, and Jack talking about it, and Jack just saying, you know what, if you want me to go, I'm going to go. And Zhao doesn't really respond. He just, all right, you know what, I'm just going to go. Because obviously, like, I felt like it was more like, all right, you're obviously conflicted, so I'll just leave. And Zhao just going, no, stay. I want you to stay. I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. I love Zhao and Jack. They were my favorite couple. I love them. They were my favorite couple. But yeah, I definitely love the fact that every couple was so open with each other. The only ones we didn't see being open and honest with each other about what's going on and their feelings. I mean, there's like little white lies here and there with all the couples. But the real, like, one that's like, I'm gonna tell you a lie and hurt you, of course, was with Chen and Liu Jin. Like, that's like a lie that set a whole like 28-year journey in motion. So yeah, that was it. So yeah, like I said, this was just gonna be a little thing, because I was like, how do I talk about some of this stuff that I like? Because I'm trying to leave out so much as possible. I don't want to put too much in. Well, you'll hear it. I didn't put, I tried my best not to put too much in the Trapped review, because I'm like, I don't want to give too much away, because this is one that I'm like, everybody needs to watch. And another thing for me is I feel like I already give too much away in reviews. I mean, if you guys want me to keep doing it where I just basically talk about every single thing, let me know. And also, this wasn't really a slam review. Like, it was hard to find a lot of stuff to criticize. When I was criticizing things, it was like mini things. Like, I wanted to talk about Tang Yi's mouth, because every time, like, he's like mad and like someone's holding a gun at him, he does this thing with his mouth where he pushes his lips open there. And I'm just laughing. I'm like, are you trying to kiss your nose? Like, it's just, like, the way he does it is just so funny. I'm like, you are not a gangster, are you? Like, what's with your mouth? Say it with me. Mum. Like, what's with the mouth? Like, seriously, dude. Like, and Of course, there's like the gun thing between Tang Yi and Xiao Fei in the beginning, where Xiao Fei is just pulling his gun on Tang Yi to get him to stop walking. And I cracked up. My husband is like, okay, this is definitely excessive force, and that police officer should be under arrest. Like, we were just like cracking jokes about the whole opening. It was just so funny for us. I don't know why. But yeah, if you want me to go a more in detailed review, let me know. That could be probably my bonus episode for Sunday or something. Who knows? Bye.